Tombstone has always been a dangerous villain in the pantheon of New York City supercriminals, even though he is not in comparison to some major criminals like Kingpin, but he gives some toughest fight to the amazing Spider-Man and suffers him both mentally and physically. And in today's video, we will discuss the chapter 3 of the Amazing Spider-Man. You can find all the Spider-Man related videos on this playlist. So if you guys are new to this channel, please subscribe and turn on all the notifications to never miss any future uploads. Please like, comment and share. All the text and images are owned by a suspected company. You can support them by purchasing it digitally or from any offline stores. Written by Zeb Wells, this new Spider-Man storyline has not explained why Peter and MJ are again get separated. Before this storyline, at the Beyond Corporation finale, this fan-favorite couple were said to move in with each other. But after 6 months of time skip, they are broken up, and MJ is with someone else now, and she is having 2 kids. And in the case of Peter, he is in bad place with his friends and family members. And Peter also gets visited by Norman Osborn, who wants Peter to babysit his 2 grandchildren, and he also appeals to him that he has changed now and asks Peter to trust him. But trouble never ends in Peter's life, as his interference stops the deal between Tombstone and Kingpin's son, Rose. Tombstone blames Spider-Man for this mess, and he decides to go on the offensive. He then confronts Crime Master and forces him to call all of his men to draw Spider-Man into a trap. As Tombstone kills all of Crime Master's henchmen, he then confronts Spider-Man as he wants to teach him a lesson for his interference. As the fight continues, Spider-Man gets dragged into a truck. First he manages to land some hits on Tombstone, but then he notices the door of that truck gets shut down, and the walls of that truck are also tough to break. And as those walls starts to close again, it limits the space to move inside that truck. Without room to move and utilize his speed properly, Spider-Man gets overwhelmed and badly beaten up by Tombstone, which makes him unconscious. Then Tombstone brings the beaten up Spider-Man into an old subway tunnel and begins to teach him the lesson that he promised and starts to beat him until he gets his senses. Even though Peter's action indirectly caused a war between Tombstone and the Rogues, Tombstone shows no interest to remove Spider-Man's mask. As Peter shivers in pain, Tombstone reminds him that there is no one present in this old tunnel to save him, and he's gonna teach him a life lesson. After giving Spider-Man some brutal beatdown, Tombstone starts to explain his origin story about how he got bullied in school by some other children, and every time they harassed him and beat him to dust, and when nobody offered their help to him, he decided to stop their madness and sharpened his own teeth and put them to use by literally biting one of his tormentor's ears, and began his criminal career as a mob enforcer and quickly climbed up the ranks of the underworld. After explaining his past life, Tombstone then reveals his ultimate plan to Peter. He tells him that he disguises men as Rose's men so they can frame Kingpin's son for their upcoming rampage. As they move on into the streets of New York City, his henchmen will slaughter as many civilians as they can, and the police and heroes will believe that this is done by Rose, so they will take care of him. Hearing this, Peter begs him to not to do this massacre and spare those civilians' life. But Tombstone is determined to make Spider-Man pay for his involvement, and with this rampage, he can finally get rid of Rose. Then he orders his men to kill Spider-Man. And as Peter screams and tries to stop Tombstone, he leaves the place and blames Spider-Man for the deaths of innocent lives. And as Spider-Man, unable to save those civilians and ready to face the death, the chapter 3 of The Amazing Spider-Man comes to a close. So which part you like the most? Please share your thoughts on the comment section down below. And also please subscribe, as this will motivate me to make more contents. Thank you so much for watching. Everyone stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.